Welcome to AI Evaluation. Stay tuned as we explore, analyze, and evaluate the best in AI technology, bringing you the insights you need. Everyone's focused on models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. But behind the headlines, a more important shift is happening, quietly reshaping the future of AI. It's called MCP. It's not a product or a model, it's a protocol. And it's quickly becoming the backbone of how AI agents connect with tools, data, and each other. Since its launch by Anthropic in late 2024, major players like OpenAI, AWS, MongoDB, PayPal, and even Google are racing to implement it. In the next few minutes, you'll understand what MCP is, why it's gaining momentum, and what it means for the next evolution of AI systems. The real problem with AI infrastructure. Until now, AI agents had no standard way to operate across different platforms or tools. Everything was siloed, building a smart assistant with GPT and connecting it to a MongoDB database or an AWS service. That required complex API integration and lots of custom code. APIs have been the foundation of software connections for decades, but they weren't built with intelligent agents in mind. They're rigid. They expect precise inputs. They return fixed outputs. They don't understand identity, context, or dynamic goals. The AI landscape has moved far beyond what current infrastructure supports. Today's agents can think, plan, and act, but they can't easily collaborate or access systems securely. That's the gap MCP is designed to close. What is MCP? MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. Anthropic introduced it in November 2024. It's not something you install or buy. It's a framework that standardizes how AI agents interact with tools, services, and other agents across systems. It gives enterprises a way to open their tools to AI agents with security, flexibility, and control. Here's how it works. A company sets up an MCP server. This server wraps around internal apps, data sources, or services. When an AI agent makes a request, the MCP server asks, "Who are you? What do you want? Are you authorized?" Based on the rules set by the company, the server can grant full access, limited access, or reject the request entirely. That's the key: interoperability, without sacrificing control. MCP works across different models, vendors, and environments. It brings modularity and scalability to AI agent ecosystems. Why companies are adopting MCP fast? MCP is gaining traction, not just because of its design, but because it's already in use. MongoDB uses MCP to allow agents to access structured data securely without rewriting APIs. Developers can centrally manage permissions and update rules without touching application code. Wix has added MCP to let developers interact with Claude and other tools directly in chat or IDEs. Their CTO says it aligns with the shift to LLM-powered development, where interfaces are smart and adaptable. Developer tool company Speakeasy is also on board. Their CEO describes MCP as the missing layer that makes APIs chat-native, reducing the need for manual integration. Other major tech players, AWS, PayPal, Cloudflare, Glean, are either deploying or testing MCP. Even companies still in pilot stages, like rocket companies, are preparing for an interoperable future powered by MCP. It's clear, MCP isn't just a theoretical concept. It's being operationalized in real environments. And because it's vendor-neutral, MCP avoids lock-in. It's compatible across platforms. Even rivals like Microsoft and Google support MCP alongside their own agent protocols like A2A and AGNTCY, indicating widespread industry alignment. We're moving from standalone models to connected agent ecosystems, and MCP is becoming the engine behind that change. MCP versus APIs. Key differences. APIs were built for predictable, static interactions. You send a request, you get a response. But that's not how intelligent agents operate. Agents think in goals, not endpoints. They work dynamically, in changing environments. MCP offers a better fit. Instead of simple request-response mechanics, it adds identity, context, permissions, and system state into the decision. For example, if an agent asks for financial data, the MCP server checks who it is, what its goal is, and what it's allowed to access before responding. All this happens through a conversational interface. Developers set the rules once at the MCP server level, and those rules can be updated without changing any application code. That's a massive upgrade over traditional APIs, cutting down engineering time and improving security. As Speakeasy's CEO puts it, MCP turns legacy endpoints into smart, adaptive interfaces. It's a more natural fit for systems driven by LLMs. To be clear, MCP doesn't replace APIs. It wraps around them, adding a context-aware, policy-driven layer on top. Think of APIs as the plumbing. MCP is the intelligent gateway that controls how and when that plumbing is accessed. Competing protocols and why MCP leads. Yes, there are other protocols in development. Google's A2A focuses on agent-to-agent messaging. Cisco and others are developing AGNTCY. Independent groups are also exploring solutions. But MCP is leading because it solves real enterprise problems. It's built around identity, access control, and interoperability. It's already in real-world use at companies like MongoDB, AWS, and Wix. In tech, early adoption often leads to standardization, and MCP is well ahead. Still, these protocols might not be rivals. As SAP's Walter Sun pointed out, multi-agent systems will likely need layered protocols, some for communication, others for action and coordination. So MCP might coexist with A2A or AGNTCY, depending on the use case. But right now, MCP is at the center of the movement toward agent-based AI infrastructure. The future MCP is unlocking. As AI moves toward multi-agent collaboration, the need for agents to delegate, coordinate, and act autonomously is growing fast. MCP enables that shift, not just by granting access to tools, but by orchestrating intelligent workflows across platforms. In the near future, agents might write documents, pull data, run code, and validate outcomes, spanning systems from different vendors. Without MCP or something like it, all of that would remain locked in silos or require constant custom code. Because it's vendor-neutral and context-aware, MCP can plug into almost any AI workflow, from open-source models to proprietary APIs. As companies shift from building standalone AI apps to assembling intelligent agent stacks, MCP becomes even more vital. It doesn't replace your existing tools, it makes them more usable for AI agents, with built-in guardrails and control. Just like HTTP standardized the internet for browsers, MCP may standardize the AI layer for autonomous agents. And as adoption grows, it could transform not just how agents behave, but how we design the digital systems they interact with.